What's up, guys? You may be wondering why I'm outside, and the answer is there's absolutely no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that I'm just walking my dog and I'm limited on time, so I figured I'll go ahead and do the intro out here. So today's day 2 on Salty's Reef project. We are going to be doing a water change and kind of walking through some of my filter systems. So we're going to jump into that right away. I will see you down under. Alright, here we are. So let's just kind of go over everything pretty briefly. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you're going to see it in as I do maintenance and stuff. I'll go more into detail as far as the products, but it's one of my little damsels here. I got 3 of these little jewel damsels. I love these little guys. When the tank, when I fried all my fish, I needed something to put in there, so I got 3 of those little guys and a little fiddler crab. I didn't know it was a fiddler crab at the time, so that's my fault, but yeah. The aquascape, it's very open. It's got lots of holes and little caves for things to sit in, and I got lots of placement for corals. I got pretty much just a giant shelf on the top. I'm hoping to have lots of SPS, branching SPS, and some chalices and monoporas up there. So I can't wait for that. As far as equipment, I'm running a Vortec MP10 for my main flow along with my return pumps. I got 2 returns. And then for my lighting, I'm using an AI Hydra 52. It's a great light, kind of tricky to dial in to get it to where it's not going to burn up coils and stuff. The light level is a lot lower than what you would think, and that threw me off. I burnt a lot of coils before I ever started getting close to figuring that out. I have kind of like a Herbie style. I have a full siphon drain, and then this is an emergency overflow, and I've got it tuned in really well right now. Those drain down into the first section of my sump here, where it'll make that siphon. Then it'll flow up this plate. This is on a slant. That will let it flow into the filter socks. As the filter socks get clogged up and backed up, the water will keep rising. And when I start getting the water trickling off the end is when I know I gotta pull those out. I have a lot of these, so when I need them, I pull them out, throw them into my bucket over there, and when I'm down to like my last 3, I'll throw them into the washer with some vinegar. Just make sure you give them a good rinse cycle afterward, never any soap or anything. So the water will flow through the filter socks, underneath the baffle, and then into my refugium section. I got just some Chaetomorpha there. I've had this for a long time and it really hasn't grown at all. I recently got this grow light. It's just a red and mainly red, violet, and blue LEDs, and I put that on there. I run it 24/7, and oh my god, the growth on this mat has just like tripled in size. What's up, Zorro? The cat's coming in here trying to figure out what I'm doing. From there, I have this little baffle, and it's not really actually changing the water level or anything. It's just there to hold the Chaetomorpha back from the skimmer section. I'm running a Vertex skimmer. It's a little too high out of the water. I had to build, this section of the sump is in 8 inches of water, about 8.5 for in reality, and the skimmer, that's like the max height that it can sit in, and I just wasn't getting it tuned in very well. So I built a little 3-inch stand out of glass, and it's actually working really well. I don't get quite as much turbulence in the body of the skimmer as I like, but it's functional, and I've got it tuned in really well, and I'm making just this really thick, this is all skimmate. This isn't like bubbles or the micro bubbles that are traveling up. This is what is actually that foam that it's making, and it's slow. This is from like yesterday morning, but I'm collecting a really good amount of skimmate considering the small bioload I have in there. I also run 2 reactors, one with carbon and one with biopellets, just to supplement clarity and odors and stuff. And then I have my heater where the lash from my skimmer chamber flows down into the bubble trap. As you can see, it's doing its job. And a heater where the water has to flow through. So the temperature, that heater turns on and off probably about 20 times throughout the day, but only for a few minutes, and it keeps the tank nice at 78 degrees. Then I'm running a Jabo DC pump. It's a great pump, not very expensive, and it runs really well. From there, it pumps that pump is actually round up into a manifold that I made for my reactors and stuff, and then it splits off into two and feeds back up into my returns. And I have these valves on both my trains, so I can adjust it if I want more flow in one area or not. Right now they're open, but as corals start growing and stuff and blocking flow, I might turn one up over the other just to get more directional type flow. See if my fishy right there is going to come out. Nope. But that's all for this filter system. Like I said, we'll go over it in a lot more detail as far as why I chose each of these products, and you know, all that good stuff. You're gonna see me cleaning most of this stuff. I'm pretty good about keeping my sump clean. I don't like it dirty. As you can see, it's all exposed, and so keeping it looking nice is important. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this water change. Alright, so for my water changes, I do a method that is commonly known as dilution. It's more typical in freshwater aquariums when you have like a drip system worked into your system, but it's probably the safest and least stressful on all inhabitants in an aquarium, especially for saltwater, to do a dilution method. How it works is with my fresh salt water that I have mixed up and with matching salinity, because there's going to be little variances in the salinity and temperature variances and stuff. I get it as close to the tank as I can, but it's not perfect. I will not remove any of the water in this tank. What I do instead is I will actually cut off my protein skimmer, pump this. I have a pump and hose. This pump's really old, and so it doesn't pump real quick at all, but it pumps the water into the sump, and I can get most of this water into the aquarium before I have to cut it off, and then I let the tank cycle for about 10 minutes. From there I will actually pull the water out of the display tank up to the same line. I have a line in my tote where the water was before, and that gives me the proper amount, and will put the tank back to where it was previously. Like I said, it is the least stressful because you're not taking any of the old salt water out. It's mixing out. It's not going to be giving me the most effective water change, but done more frequently, it does have better effects in the long run. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so this is actually day 3. I got really busy with it being the 4th and everything, and I had some friends and family hanging out, and I just had people in and out, and so I decided to cut the actual time lapse of me doing the physical water change out of this video, and then just re-recording this part because I didn't like the previous one, and since I didn't get it uploaded yesterday anyways, my fault, sorry. This will be coming out today, or the 5th now, along with day 3 video, which I have kind of an interesting topic I want to talk about. I think I gotta kind of see how much material or how long a video will be on that one, because the topic I want to talk about I might have to break into a couple videos, and it might be better done later on, but that's all stuff we'll figure out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will go more in depth into the exact process of my water changes, and I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys had a good 4th, and I will see you next time. Later.